Welcome to DXB Today's weekly roundup. It is so good to have you here with us as we continue to bring you the latest updates and uplifting stories from across the city. To begin with, we look at how businesses are coming together to show their support. In the studio, we were joined by CEO and founder of The Entertainer, Donna Benton, whose One Heart initiative has made offers a lot more accessible for all consumers.
You are constantly giving, giving. And now you've got this new initiative called One Heart. How can you give so much more, and which way are you helping businesses develop?
Yeah, well look, to be honest, we came up with Entertainer One Heart because of obviously the circumstances, and the hospitality industry really needed us at this point. The Entertainer is a buy one, get one free, whereby we incentivize people to go to outlets, and at this point not a lot of people were going to the outlets. So it was a win-win we gave away about hundreds of thousands, which I can go into, but at the same time, people are really also uncertain about their jobs. So they were actually saving money at the same time going there. And it's something that we can do to give back to the hospitality industry that's really supported us for 25 years. And it's not something I wanted to do it, it's actually something we needed to do.
Was it something that you had in mind already, or was it specifically, right, call to action, let's go?
To be honest, I've actually been through September 11, the Gulf War, and a recession here. So everyone's like, oh, this is like COVID. I'm like, this is actually nothing like COVID. This is more of the three that I just mentioned. So I was actually at home, literally just in the morning, I woke up and I thought, this is exactly what we need to do. We need to give away 50,000 initially. Throughout the region this was going to be entertainers, and I was on my way to work thinking of the whole mechanics of it all, and I had my SMT meeting, my senior management meeting. I think my team nearly fell over when I went in there, and I said, we're giving away 50,000. And in their heads, oh, what about product sales? And I said, we're going now with our home, our heart, this is where we're at, and we need to support the industry and forget about product sales. This is something we need to do.
You know what, it was so funny because the buzz when you first did the kind of promo for it and that it was coming up, and I had it set in my diary, you know, that 10 a.m. on the Thursday, get ready. Now, Donna knows this story because I sent her the rawest video ever. I was literally at the gym and our coach said, guys, the Entertainer app has come online, and we all stopped and we're all downloading, and weirdly, that brought all us together anyway, which was so strange in itself. But the reaction you had, not only from the people downloading the app, that's great. I want to know about what the reaction was from those vendors, from the hospitality, from the F&B.
Oh, it was phenomenal. I mean, I deal with these guys a lot for 25 years, and just they were just so appreciative, to be honest. And I had so many messages from customers and from all the outlets, from the merchants. And I was actually speechless. I did not think it would go viral. I thought the 50,000 would take around 2 days. The 50,000 went in 43 minutes. 43 minutes, to the point I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so fast. We're on such a trajectory and momentum. So I thought I need to give another 50 just to keep it going and to help all these outlets. We ended up giving away 250,000 memberships in 4 hours, and I had to cut it off. We gave away 100 million dirham worth of product.
Oh,
that's phenomenal. And the thing is what we touched on already is the fact that you didn't have to do that. The Entertainer didn't have to do that, and you did, and it's quite phenomenal to try and bolster the hospitality industry.
Next, we spoke to beauty and wellness expert Alexandra Venison about how the world of wellness is evolving.
The wellness industry in itself has exploded. So many things, from supplements, biohacking, sound therapy, sleep trackers. From your perspective, having covered this space so much, how much of this is genuine and how much of it is hype?
I mean, the thing to consider is a lot of it has always been here. So as much as it's now being marketed and it's being hyped, a lot of this is just the absolute basics. So when we look at sound healing as an example, it's an ancient practice that has been around for millennia. So it's all about personalization now, which I think is one of the best trends that's coming to fruition, especially in times like this. It's focusing on yourself and seeing what works for you.
When it comes to things like these buzzwords that keep coming up, and as you say, I mean, it's interesting that you picked up on sound healing because it is literally thousands of years old, but now you can do it everywhere and in swimming pools and whatnot. But I want to ask you about biohacking, because I hear the word everywhere, and I know you're not necessarily an expert on it, but I know you know your stuff, and a lot better than I think most of us here. What does it mean to a normal person? What is biohacking, please?
So biohacking is literally looking at yourself. It's similar to looks maxing.
Okay.
So it's looking at how to make yourself the best version of what you can be in terms of health. So alongside biohacking, we're talking about longevity and what longevity means. Longevity, we used to think was just living a long time. It's now how well you're living for that period of time. So you don't want to reach, it's great if you reach 90, but if you're sat in a chair and you're unable to move, that's very different to being a very fit 90-year-old who can still climb up in a mountain. So biohacking for me, again, it's very heavily marketed, but at the basics of what it is, it's getting good sleep, it's taking your supplements, but taking the right supplements for you. So that is always speaking to a professional. I cannot push that enough. There is too many people on social media, I'm sure we've all seen it, who are pushing peptides and who are pushing this, that, and the other, and they don't have the right qualifications behind it. So it's really speaking to a professional and seeing what that means for you within that sphere.
Okay.
Alex, I wanted to talk to you about so many things. It's so good to have you on the show, by the way. Now, you've been in the game for a very long time as a journalist and talking about beauty. We were talking about beauty and cosmetics earlier, but how have you seen the shift between well-being from cosmetics to biology, with it playing more of a thing now to be conscious about your biology and your insides, your gut health and stuff like that, rather than the actual cosmetics of beauty?
So with beauty, you know, a few years ago, the biggest trends were the 10-step skincare routine, or it was these foundations that were packing on layers onto your skin. And I think what we all had a play around with it, we all delved into it and loved it, but we realized it wasn't sustainable, and was it actually doing what it offered? So you see a lot of people paring back their skincare routine, again, personalization, I can't push that enough, and going to a 3-step skincare routine and understanding that works for you. But again, if you don't have, like you said, biology on the inside, if your gut isn't working, if you're stressed, if you're not drinking enough water, if you're not getting your 8 hours of sleep, then there's no amount of skincare or makeup that you can put on that's going to, you know, make you look radiant.
We try.
No, but you guys are doing a fantastic job. Let me tell you, I'm here right now. But I also know you guys very well, and I know what your routines are like. You've been to some of my healing sessions, and you do meditation to help quiet your nervous system. So all of you I think you all have a brilliant understanding of what you need to be doing, and it isn't as much as injectables are great. They're not always going to get you the best results. You need to understand your insides. As you said, it takes an army, and it takes a team.
If you are needing some support when it comes to your mental health, we found a few clinics that are offering free support and workshops. Take a look. Next, we had a chat with Brian Reggett, Senior Vice President of Strategy and Growth at S&P Universal Consulting, to talk about how the healthcare industry has been impacted.
You have seen healthcare networks up close and personal around the world. Goes without saying, there are pinch points at the moment, given the mood of uncertainty in a lot of areas, none more so than the supply chain and the logistics networks as well. Give us your sort of 101. How is the UAE, or rather Dubai's healthcare system holding up?
I mean, the first thing I'd say is that healthcare in general is a very stable industry. So rain or shine, people need care, they need health, and it's something that continues on. Dubai's invested strategically for a number of years in enabling care to be provided. And you can see it in the growth that's happened. I've been here in the region for 15 years, and the number of facilities, both public and private, continue to grow and expand. And I would say of all industries, Dubai healthcare is extremely well positioned in that regard.
Yeah.
So there might be this perception that things are going to slow down during uncertain times, but I'm interested to know what is happening behind the scenes.
Yeah, no problem. It's a great question. I mean, with the facilities that I work with, I've seen a large number of facilities that are actually pushing through strategic investments at this point because of the lull in some activity. So a lot of tourists aren't here, right? So some of the healthcare that typically would be provided isn't, but in general, this is an opportunity to reset. It's an opportunity to take a pause, focus on your most important strategic projects, and then there's maybe a bit less noise because you're focused on your aims, your strategic aims. So.
Ryan, let's delve deeper into what you just said there. You said it's time for a reset. It's time for optimization. It's that kind of phase. What would this actually look like for the hospitals and the healthcare providers? I
mean, we're seeing a lot of continued activity. Lots of care providers are continuing to deliver, and I mean, there's no pause in that.
So we've seen a rise in telehealth. How do you think that is shaping the way that people access their healthcare today?
I mean, telehealth, ever since COVID, has become an integral part of everyone's health. I'm normally, I'm a telehealth patient myself. Especially in this time, there's certain factors of telehealth that people maybe don't usually access, but for example, mental health, if you need or want, you're needing some reassurance, like it's a great avenue to take. But even for basic primary care, and then as a way to have a quick follow-up as well with your physicians, and throughout the UAE, providers are offering more and more telehealth services. So it's been a great avenue, I would say, across all of the Emirates to enable, I would say, care to continue without any interruption. So.
Amazing.
If you're looking for a second home for your pet, one that can nurture and stimulate your pet both mentally and physically, Ash may have found just the place.
Hi guys, I'm at my second home, Dubai's largest indoor dog park, my happy place for sure. This is where tails never stop wagging and every dog feels at home. With the rising temperatures in Dubai, it can make it a bit challenging for our furry friends to stay active all year round. But what if I told you that there's now a place where they can run, play and socialize in a safe, secure and temperature controlled environment? Let's check it out. Tell me what inspired you to start My Second Home?
It's a great question. And what happened was a group of us were in the desert. It was so hot.
Yeah.
And it was in the middle of summer. And we were like, what do we do with our dogs? It's late at night. Here we are. How can we create something for the dogs that they can be dogs, run, play, and enjoy themselves in the extreme heats of summer, especially here in the UAE? I think first and foremost, we are really big.
Yeah.
So we have the space to be able to give the dogs, to create a space for them to play and be free and get enriched and have this amazing time. But we also have the ability to give them swimming pools to swim in, and grooming, our spa that we have for the dogs, as well as CCTV in the rooms for the boarding dogs. So when the dogs are coming for boarding, you can download an app on your phone and you can see the pups in their rooms at night when they go to their rooms. So it's a whole lot of things that have all come together to make us unique and different. We don't force the dogs to do anything, but we have the opportunity for them to use either our indoor or outdoor pools. And what we find is if they see other dogs swimming, they get curious. And then they also try and have a little swim or put their feet in the water. But not all dogs are typical swimmers. So we're doing long-term boarding for the dogs, and we're also helping the dogs relocate with their owners to come back when they're ready to come back.
And this is where all the dog's food gets prepared. So once the dog checks in for boarding, then they bring their food and then we allocate a bin with the dog's name on it. As you can see here, this one belongs to Pepper Dalmatian, and this is Pepper's food here. And from reception, they do a kennel card, and all the information is written up on the board.
Okay, and this is for their food and medication?
Yes. Now we go into the boarding rooms, as you can see, and this is where we get all the information pertaining to the dog. All of these is the belongings that the dog brought.
Oh my God!
Yeah, so we list it all down so that when the dog leaves, we can make sure the dog has got everything.
Is there a dog inside right now?
No, there's no dogs in their rooms during the day. They only spend time in their rooms at night.
I'm leaving second home Dubai today, having had the best time ever, slightly soaked, a few playful marks, and a whole lot of slobbery kisses of drool. But this has been the best day ever, spending the day with wagging tails, unconditional love, and a whole lot of happy chaos.
If you're planning to relocate and take your pet with you but don't know where to start, Lee Slimmings, founder of Relocate Your Pets, was in the studio to answer all those questions.
You've set up a company and it's been long established to relocate your pet. Do owners leave it a little too late in your mind to start thinking about relocation?
They do, yeah, they do. I mean, it depends. The big thing that we find is the destination, and that has a massive bearing on how complicated or how long the process can take. But we do have, phone calls from somebody wanting to go to Australia, and they'll go, "Oh, we're going in the next 6 weeks." You say, "Well, your dog isn't, unfortunately, because there's a very long period of time that you have to get blood tests done, and then there's a waiting period." And it does come as a surprise for people. Regulations change as well. So we had a lovely lady the other day who thought that the Australian regulations were one thing, it was 5 years out of date. So again, they do get a bit of a nasty surprise. But as I said, it's very much destination to destination. Some we can do very quickly.
But it's the sort of process you can start earlier rather than later.
100%, yeah, absolutely. So we have, particularly places like Australia, New Zealand, we have people who almost are on a rolling program to make sure they're ready to go. So, and I mean, they're the dream owners, but they are few and far between.
Lee, I've got a bit of a confession to make. So when I first got a pet, somebody told me I have to make sure that my pet has a passport. And I was like, do I get him a UAE passport, a Philippine passport? What are the biggest misconceptions that people normally have when it comes to relocating pets?
Well, so interestingly, we don't have passports here in the UAE. We have what's called a vaccine booklet, which is very different from Europe. So Europe, it's a little blue booklet and it's called a passport. Here we have a vaccination record, and by law here, your pets have to be microchipped and they have to have annual vaccines. It's really important. So technically, most pets should be, if they're complying with the law, they should be up to date, but it's not always the case. But the vaccine booklet is the same name as a passport, basically, over here.
Cybersecurity is on the rise right now, so we explored a few programs to help protect you from online scams. Take a look. Now more than ever, we all need to be sure that we are checking official and reliable sources when it comes to anything from travel updates to visa queries. Here are 3 platforms in the UAE that are supporting people in real time. Some valuable sources of information there. Be sure to tune in next week as we dive into more cultural stories and community highlights that showcase the heart of Dubai. I'm Nikki Samnani, and that was your DXB Today Weekly Roundup. See you next week.